webinar. And with your permission, sir, shall we start this informative session?
Yeah, please do.
Sure, sir. I have Himanshu and
I
Sachi
guess.
as a co-host, and Vivek and Manmay as a moderator for the event. So now handed over to you guys, Himanshu and Sachi.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good evening, everyone. Just as Saurabh said, we are having Veteran Commander Vijay Nair, sir, for this wonderful session. A very warm welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Sachi. Thank you all for inviting me, and I look forward to spending some time. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure, sir. I would like to give a brief intro of our dear guest speaker, Vijay Nair, sir. So basically, he is a decorated Indian naval officer and a war veteran involved with Operation Vijay, also known as Kargil War, Operation Parakram, and Operation Talwar. In his short span of 10 years in Navy, he has been awarded with Chief of Naval Staff Commendation 2006 and double commendations in 2003 and 2004 by Flag Officer Commanding in Chief. He is also the recipient of the Best Author Award at India Authors Award and Conference 2021. He is a blogger, humorist, and a poet by heart. He has authored books like Logged in Tales, Bhag, which stands for Vijay's Hilarious Anecdotes, Gags, and Humor, Dare to Dream, and Changed Forever. He is also a motivational TEDx speaker. He has given many talks on TEDx and inspirational stories on running. He has authored one of the bestsellers named as They Inspire, which sold 5,000 plus copies. Sir is an ultra marathoner. In 2019, when he was part of Indian Comrades team, he finished the grueling 87 kilometers up run in 11 hours 58 minutes. In 2021, Ministry of Youth Affairs appointed him as Fit India Ambassador. He's a thyroid athlete. In 2008, when he was hit with hypothyroidism, a weight of 107 kgs, he went back to the basics of coach, running. Since then, his living mantra became, I run, therefore I am. What started as a painful 1 kilometer run culminated into miles. A veteran of 6 ultras, 18 FMs, 120 plus half marathons, many 10 kilometers, running has given him new lease of life. He loves introducing career in defense forces to school and college kids. True to his values, he keeps his family friends in high esteem. He loves to be seen in dragon everywhere. And treasure to him is his family, his ever supporting wife Mala and daughter Shloka. Also, you guys can follow him on Instagram. He is having Insta handle at the rate of Vijay Nair. Okay, and over to you.
Hi, Sachi. Can you hear me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We can hear you.
Am I clear, first of all? I mean, आवाज आ रही है मेरी?
Yes, sir.
आ रही
Very
है
Yes,
ना?
clear.
sir. Yes, sir.
Very clear, sir.
Okay, fine. So first of all, I take this opportunity to thank all of you for inviting. And जैसे मैंने कहा था, I'll keep my talk both in Hindi and English. That is what I believe. So that it feels more like a talk. मतलब ना ऐसे लगे कि हम घर के किसी से बात कर रहे हैं. नहीं तो it would be more of a formal lecture, which I'm sure you would be hearing day in and day out. So that is what is my style of talking, and I have given more than thousands of talks in across globe. And a disclaimer first. आप लोग सब मेरे से बहुत ज़्यादा पढ़े लिखे हो, आईआईटी वाले हो, मैं नॉर्मल कॉलेज का बंदा हूँ, नॉर्मल इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज का. तो मेरा जो टेक्निकल ये आप क्षमता जो होगी ना, वो कहीं अगर चूक गया तो पहले से ही माफ कर देना. डिस्क्लेमर, बिकॉज आई एम स्पीकिंग टू all intelligent people, like वैसे. So good. So that is what is me, and thanks for the lavish introduction. बस बोलते हैं ना कि हम सफर में चलते गए कारवां बनता गया. That's how my life is, and I'm sure when we interact, we will explore more. we will like together we will find more. And I always I always ensure कि जो मेरा 1 घंटे का टॉक होता है, all of us should have something to take away, नहीं तो क्या होगा, एक आया एक बंदा कुछ बोल के गया, 1 घंटा बोलना था, एक टॉक करना था, एक पर्टिकुलर सोसाइटी है, उसका एक टॉक होना था, मैंडेटरी हो गया तो खत्म. It's not like that, like we should spend quality time and learn, or कोई ना कोई वैल्यू एक दूसरे से सीखना चाहिए. That's what my talks are always. So thank you so much, guys. All those who have joined on a Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. This is a pretty important time. It's a weekend. Weekend. सब जगह दोस्तों के साथ जाने का छोड़ के you are hearing me. So thank you so much.
Pleasure is completely ours, sir. And for everyone who's listening, sir is being really humble, क्योंकि उनका खुद का बैकग्राउंड बिना जाने में हम लोग को ऐसा कुछ ओपिनियन नहीं बनाना चाहिए. Sir has done his engineering as well as he has done 2 MBAs from institutes like JBIMS, if you've heard of it, and NMIMS, so nursing engineer. So sir is being really humble. I do appreciate a humble person, sir. Everyone does. But then again, sir, you are no less than talented than anyone from among us, sir. तो सर स्टार्ट करते हैं सर हम लोग अपना टॉपिक सर. सबसे इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन जो एज अ स्टूडेंट मुझे जो लगता है सर, इंट्रीगिंग लगता है, ये है सर कि आपने इंजीनियरिंग किया सर, उससे पहले आपका कुछ ना कुछ माइंड फ्रेम रहा होगा सर. प्लस आपका मैंने देखा है सर एक फिलोसॉफिकल एक ट्रेंड भी है सर आपका. रेने डेस्कार्टिस का कोट है सर, आई आई रन देयरफॉर आई एम. तो तो सर ये आपका फिलोसफी जगह कहाँ से सर कि इंजीनियरिंग करने के बाद उस समय आईटी बूम, .com बूम था सर, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग सर. So as an engineer, sir, why did you opt to go for Navy and not pursue some .com site, sir, which was quite relevant back then, sir?
Yeah, Himanshu, very relevant question. जब मैंने engineering pass out की थी, that was the year 98, and as you rightly said, .com boom was happening left, right, and center. And I'm from the controls team. I'm from the instrumentation and controls. So मेरे जो IT वाले friends थे, मेरे जो pure IT, फिर computer science, ECTC जो EXTC बोलते हैं, electronics communication, मैकेनिकल वाले, सिविल वाले, इंस्ट्रूमेंटेशन वाले, सभी लोग सॉफ्टवेयर में गए. यू नो कोर कुछ नहीं था. सो टुडे ऑल ऑफ माय बैचमेट्स ऑफ 98, हार्डली पीपल आर इन इंडिया. एवरीवन हैज सेटल्ड अब्रॉड ड्यूरिंग, एज यू राइटली सेड, .com बूम. बट अपना दिल वहाँ नहीं था, कभी नहीं था. आई वाज अ गुड स्टूडेंट. सो माय स्टोरी, व्हाई इंजीनियरिंग के बाद फौज में जाना. आई वॉज ऑलवेज फैसिनेटेड टूवर्ड्स फौज. फौज मेरे खून में था. नॉट आई कम फ्रॉम अ जनरेशन ऑफ ऑफिसर्स. मेरे खानदान में मैं पहला हूँ और मेरे बाद भी कोई नहीं है अभी तक. आई होप माई डॉटर फील्स दैट शू. सो nothing like that ki legacy, there's some legacy to be carried or nothing like that. So the story goes, I'm taking you back to my story, meri kahani, which I think it's an apt, not only it's, I'm just a medium here. कोई ऐसे तो तलवार नहीं है. I'm just a medium here. Why I'm saying I'm a medium here? Because I come from a very humble background. When I say humble background, मतलब real tough background. I was born and brought up in Mumbai. अगर आपको मुंबई पता होगा तो मुंबई में those days, अभी तो थोड़ा बहुत quality of life is bit good. Those days it used to be predominantly slum होता था. Slum, now slum, when you say slum, मतलब हमारा जो घर था वो 100 स्क्वायर फीट का था. जहाँ चालू होता वहीं खत्म हो जाता. So those I'm from that background, and I studied in a very small school. When I say small school, it was run by a trust. No fancy. I'm not from KV. I'm not from the dunes, and not from the Rimkolin, and not from convent. Nothing. मैं एक सादा सिंपल सा स्कूल में. Yes, only grace was कि it was an English medium school. And ऐसा English medium school था कि जहाँ कोई English नहीं बोलता था. Nobody used to say English. And the day somebody used to say English, सब ताली बजाते, अरे अंग्रेज आ गया करके. So that was my background. And I'm proud of my background. I always resonate to see, background shouldn't matter. It is how you take your life that is what matter. That's what I believe. And जब हम स्कूल में थे तो Forge was not at all a career option. I'm talking in about 90s. I'm 76 born, so I'm 46 years young as of now. So 76 May, those days, 80s and 90s, Forge was never an option. Only option was engineering, medical, प्रोफेसर कोई बन गया, तीन चार ही ऑप्शन थे. अभी तो खैर बहुत सारा ऑप्शन है. And then now the armed forces is an option where people know about armed forces. तो हमारे स्कूल में किसी को कुछ पता नहीं था क्या होता है करके. And I come from Mumbai. Those days were the time of gangsters. Gangsters होता है ना, सुना है, बंदूक
जी
लेके
सर।
मारना ठोकना. So and my chacha was a gangster. So I
ओके।
was always I was always बोलते हैं ना कि मेरा इंडियन आइडल टाइप वही होता था कि यार बड़ा होके गैंगस्टर बनूंगा ठीक. सो hats off to my mother, I would say. She was the person who changed tides for us, and she gave this first mantra of life: education. you know Only education will change you. Only education will change you. अब वो आप कैसे यूज करते हो आपके ऊपर है. एंड इवन टुडे because she couldn't get educated. She is only 6th standard pass. My father is 8th standard pass. So उनको पता था कि कितना मायने रखता है education. And even today she harps. So that's why we keep doing courses. uh, I've done plenty and plenty of courses. Even I'm doing today. I'm as we speak, I'm already enrolled into a PhD program. So life खत्म नहीं होता है. मुझे लगा था 10वीं के बाद पढ़ाई खत्म हो जाता, फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग. एंड आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर द डे लास्ट पेपर खत्म हुआ था, सारा बुक रद्दी में भेज दिया, बोला चलो भैया पढ़ाई से छुटकारा हो गया. बट देन किसी ने बोला नहीं 12th भी करना होता है करके. देन समवन सेड ग्रेजुएशन, देन post graduation, then MBA. Things happens. Things happen. So coming back to that story, and then these two serials happened. अभी तो कैसे Netflix, everything is at fingertips. Those days there was Doordarshan. Doordarshan.
यस
जिसका
सर।
नाम ही दूरदर्शन था. And life was so comfortable. No internet. People used to talk to people. There was one एक टीवी होता था हमारे चौल में ना. चौल is like a set of row houses. छोटे छोटे घर होते हैं. एक दूसरे के घर पे आप ऐसे ही चले जा सकते हो. नो कोई बंधन नहीं, कोई ये नहीं. अभी तो हम गेटेड कम्युनिटीज में रहते हैं. आई हैव अ ह्यूज हाउस इन बॉम्बे, 2 कार है, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. बट आई फाइंड ऑलवेज दैट सोलेस व्हेन आई वाज देयर. यू नो इसलिए मैं आज भी जाता हूँ वहाँ पर. आई हैव अ हाउस देयर. तो कभी कभी ऐसे मन लगता है कि ग्राउंडेड, फिर से ग्राउंडेड हो जाऊं, तो वहां चले जाते हैं हम. आई टेक माई डॉटर टू टेल हर हाउ लाइफ is, how you have to be.
यस सर।
And so those days to chawl mein, it was always fun. And then so mother was pretty this thing. तो हमारे यहाँ एक टीवी होता था, वो टीवी देखने सभी लोग आते थे. तो फादर वाज बिट वेल ऑफ, तो बाकी लोग हमारे घर टीवी देखने आते थे. एंड देयर यूज्ड टू बी 2 सीरियल्स. एक होता फौजी, एंड वन वाज परमवीर चक्र. यू कैन यूट्यूब इट.
यस सर।
शाहरुख खान, थैंक्स टू शाहरुख खान, फौजी
यस
में
सर।
ही बिगेन हिज करियर. And that's how it. If you have seen Shersha movie, Vikram Batra, I'm sure all of you know Captain Vikram
यस
Batra.
सर। यस
So sir is 6 years, 6 months senior. हम सब वो जनरेशन के हैं. तो वो मूवी में भी उसने बताया कि हाउ विक्रम बत्रा गॉट अट्रैक्टेड टुवर्ड्स फौज. एक एक छोटा सा क्लिप है जहाँ वो टीवी देखते होता है, एंड ही इज सीइंग अ सीरियल कॉल्ड फौजी. And that is us. That's my generation. तो हम लोग वही that somehow that attracted कि यार जाना है तो ये करियर ऑप्शन है करके. एंड वहीं से मेरी स्टोरी शुरू हुई. एंड आई ऑलवेज वांटेड टू जॉइन द आर्म फोर्सेस, एंड आर्मी इन पर्टिकुलर. नेवी से कोई इंक्लिनेशन नहीं था. ऑलवेज दैट लव फॉर ऑलिव ग्रीन. But things changed. Things changed because I live very close to a naval camp, civilian camp.
सर।
और इतना प्यारा सा कैंट है, सिविलियन कैंट है, तो कैंटोनमेंट रैदर. और हम बाहर के लोकल लोग, हम स्लम में रहते थे, तो हम लोग ना इसकी दीवार फांद के वी यूज्ड टू गो इनसाइड टू प्ले क्रिकेट संडेज को, और पकड़े जाते थे. तो See, attitude, it's all about attitude, the positive attitude जो बोलते हैं ना SSB में and all, it developed from there. Because we always believed 30 बार ही अगर हम दीवार फान के अंदर जाते थे, 2 बार पकड़े जाते थे, 28 बार हम खेल के आते थे क्रिकेट, so the ratio was pretty high for playing. So that is how the attitude developed. And once ऐसे हुआ कि when the naval team raided that place, we all were caught and we were line में खड़ा किया, punishment हुआ, civilian बच्चे थे हम. तभी that is the time I got impressed with that white uniform. You know, आपने सुना होगा ना, पहला प्यार सुना होगा ना, कि पहला प्यार लाए जीवन में बाहर, फर्स्ट लव,
Yes.
whoever. So someone like a girl, someone like a boy, but in my case it was that white uniform and it left a deep impression. And मुझे ऐसे था कि अब यही बनना है करके, ऑलिव ग्रीन पीछे चला गया कहीं तो लाइफ में, एंड वाइट्स, नेवी वाइट्स केम इन फ्रंट ऑफ. एंड देन व्हाट हैपेंस ना, when you love something, when you desire for it, you work towards it. बोलते हैं ना, किसी शाहरुख खान का डायलॉग भी है ना, कि क्या डायलॉग है, कि अगर आप किसी चीज को शिद्दत से चाहो तो शायद सारी कायनात एक हो जाती है उसे पूरा करने. सो दैट हैपेंड इन माय केस, दैट हैपेंड इन माय केस. एंड फिर द क्वेस्ट स्टार्टेड ऑन हाउ टू जॉइन, बिकॉज nobody was there to guide. Then somebody's uncle was in Navy. He had come on chutti, and he turned out to be an officer. So luck played lot of thing कि हमने एक officer से ही मिले. He guided us NDA का exam दो. So we that is the time introduced to NDA. तो मैंने 12th के बाद NDA exams दी, और I cracked NDA exams. It is one of the toughest exams, as all of us know. And
Yes.
I cleared NDA returns. I went for SSB interview. SSB interview is a 5 days, again, tough interviews. 5 days series of interview. They see all your aspect, personality and everything. And luckily, I had that inferiority complex कि वहाँ जो एसएसबी में आए थे ना, they were all sons of generals, admirals. They were from a different strata of society. और यहाँ हम एक जोड़ा कपड़े लेके गए थे, सेम थिंग बार बार चेंज करके, कोई देखे नहीं टाइप्स ना, एक ही कपड़े को बार बार घुमा के. तो दैट इज व्हाट, सो इंफीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स आ गई थी, बट एटीट्यूड था हमेशा. एंड व्हेन द नेम वाज अनाउंस्ड, बिकॉज माय इंग्लिश वाज वीक, that time, मैं जैसे मैंने बताया कि I was from a very small school, so English was pathetic, rather weak नहीं. But today I'm the author of 7 English books, and that is
Yes.
what my life always have been. जो भी चीज में मैं weak होता हूँ, I want to master it. आज भी, आज के डेट में भी वैसी है. So हाँ, तो SSB, when the result was announced, final day SSB में टोटल 4 लोग का नाम अनाउंस हुआ था. One of the names were mine. एंड बोलते हैं ना, उस सपने जब पूरा होता है ना, सपना पूरा होने का एक एक अलग जज्बा होता है, एक अलग जुनून होता है. सो बट एट द सेम टाइम नेक्स्ट 5 days वॉज मेडिकल, और सपने टूटना कैसे होता है ना, वो भी उसी दिन हो गया, लाइक. सो ऑन द 5th day ऑफ मेडिकल, द लास्ट डे, बिकॉज आई वाज सो मेडिकली फिट, कोई तब तक कोई प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं था लाइफ में. बट ऑन द लास्ट डे देयर वाज एन इशू विथ माय आईज. तो आईज, and NDA medicals are really tough. एक बार उसने बोल दिया नहीं तो नहीं, then you have a chance to appeal and all. But appeal, I couldn't, because they detected a small problem with my eyes. 6/6 vision का थोड़ा issue था, and he clearly rejected my thing, and he said you again appeal for the TR. But appeal करने के लिए ना पैसे चाहिए था, 5,000 रुपए, because you have to go to Delhi. And my father couldn't afford at that point of time. I was pleading, I was crying कि जाने दो, but पैसे नहीं थे यार घर पे, है ना. तो because उनका salary was 2,000 rupees, तो 5,000 कहाँ afford कर सकते हैं दिल्ली जाना. तो that dream crashed. And बहुत दुख हुआ, because my batchmates हमेशा, they were in NDA and I was out. So what next? So next was engineering, of course, because marks अच्छे थे. तो I आप सबको ये भी बताना चाहूँगा कि इंजीनियरिंग जो सीट थी, फ्री सीट थी, आई हैड, बट आई वांटेड टू बी अवे फ्रॉम होम. मुझे हॉस्टल में रहना था. अब प्रॉब्लम ये था कि पैसे नहीं थे हॉस्टल में जाने के लिए. सो माई एजुकेशन वॉज फंडेड बाय अ ट्रस्ट. देयर वाज अ मुस्लिम ट्रस्ट हमारे वहाँ. दे फंडेड माई एजुकेशन, 4 years of my studies. फ्री सीट था, हॉस्टल का फीस. And today I fund 5 students every year through that trust. And that is the circle, you know. दैट इज द सर्कल एंड दैट्स द ब्यूटीफुल सर्कल। तभी उन्होंने मुझे फंड किया, मैं पढ़ के इंजीनियर बना। आज मैं 5-5 बच्चों को हर साल फंड करता हूँ वहाँ पर। एंड दैट इज
नसीब।
ब्यूटीफुल, यू नो। एंड दैट इज हाउ लाइफ इज, एंड दैट्स हाउ आई लैंडेड इन इंजीनियरिंग। बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल दिल नहीं था इंजीनियरिंग करने का, बिल्कुल नहीं। फर्स्ट ईयर, as I say, engineering IITs, since I am speaking to IITians, so please don't take me, मैं बहुत छोटा सा बंदा हूँ, क्योंकि फर्स्ट ईयर जाते जाते, फर्स्ट ईयर लाइफ में फर्स्ट टाइम आई फेल्ड। जैसे सेमेस्टर होता है ना, पहला सेमेस्टर बोलते हैं ना, जोर का झटका धीरे से लगा। आई गॉट, दिल नहीं था, बिकॉज आई वॉज नॉट एंजॉइंग माई इंजीनियरिंग, बिकॉज माई हार्ट वॉज समवेयर एल्स। एंड द फर्स्ट सेमेस्टर आई गॉट 4 पेपर्स, 4 80 KTs, 80 KTs होता है ना, 4 पेपर्स गए फर्स्ट फर्स्ट सेमिस्टर में, फर्स्ट ईयर भी नहीं। एंड देन दैट वाज द फर्स्ट टाइम फेल हुआ लाइफ में। फेलियर क्या होता है पता चला कि यार पासिंग मार्क भी नहीं, पासिंग मार्क तो बहुत दूर, यहाँ मिला है 100 में से 8 मार्क, 4 मार्क, मतलब फादर को मदर को बताए, मतलब वो लोग का तो पूरा, बोलते हैं ना, उम्मीद पूरा टूट, चूर चूर हो गए सबके ना, ऐसे होता है। बट द गुड थिंग अबाउट इंजीनियरिंग है ना, ये है कि सभी फेल थे हमारे कॉलेज में। 80% लोग हमारे जैसे थे, तो फिर वो एक वो होता है ना कि दोस्त फेल हो जाए तो बहुत दुख होता है, लेकिन दोस्त फर्स्ट आए ना तो बहुत ज्यादा दुख होता है। तो वो नहीं था
एग्जैक्टली।
हमारे इसमें, सभी फेल थे, तो वी ऑल वेर हैप्पी। And then the second semester happened. The story continued. 4 more papers in second semester. दिल नहीं था, And then third when see Bombay University का एक अच्छा ये है कि you are allowed to keep term. वो लोग कैसे भी आपको इंजीनियर बनाएंगे, बस आपको जज्बा चाहिए कि ना, थोड़ा होप रखना है, बाकी वो लोग बना देंगे आपको। ये थोड़ा तो करो यार टाइप्स ना। देन वी वेंट टू सेकेंड ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर में भी सेम था, थर्ड सेमेस्टर में भी सेम चला, फोर्थ सेमेस्टर में भी सेम, ऑलमोस्ट सेम। एंड माई career change from fifth semester. This is beautiful. जो बोलते हैं ना फेल होके ऊपर आना। So when we were giving fifth semester, that is the time we came to know कि नेवी में there is a technical entry, short service technical entry का ये है, wherein you can join for 7 years minimum to 14 years, and you can get also permanent commission. बट उसके लिए एक ही कंडीशन था, लास्ट के 2 years, वो लास्ट के 4 सेमेस्टर यू हैव टू हैव फर्स्ट क्लास, and that too one attempt clear. Now the challenge, because the first four sem तो आपकी बैंड बजी थी पूरा, मतलब you were totally exposed, naked and exposed बोलते हैं ना, ऐसी हालत थी। अब लाए तो कैसे करके, एंड वहीं पे ना, दैट इज द टाइम व्हेन गोल चेंज्ड। सो लाइफ में गोल होना बहुत जरूरी है। फॉर मी द गोल चेंज्ड, एंड माय ओनली एम वाज टू जॉइन द नेवी, सो दैट्स हाउ द इंजीनियरिंग। And trust me, my fifth semester, that's the first time I got a first class, 61 percentage. Sixth semester, I got 64 percentage. Seventh, I got 68. And I topped the college in last semester, 74 percentage. So I was one of the university toppers. From a failure to a topper, that was the journey. But not for anything else. Topping was not at all in the, cards, but it was only to join the Navy. तो खून में था, फौज was always in the thing, and that's how the engineering happened, and that's how the navy happened. And बाकी मेरे दोस्त लोग सब .com, they are earning money। अभी if you compare to me, वो लोग करोड़ों में है, they have their house in US and all, बहुत पैसे हैं, बट अपने पास इज्जत है, you know। इसलिए
एग्जैक्टली।
आपने मुझे बुलाया, उन्हें उनको किसी को नहीं बुलाया ना, and that matters,
एग्जैक्टली।
that matters, you know। And this was my journey, a brilliant journey, a happy journey. And I'm sure this can be anybody's journey. बस उम्मीद रखना है, उम्मीद रखना है, अपने आप में विश्वास रखना है। That's how life is, you know।
So, sir, do you believe in luck, sir?
Yes, I do believe in luck. Luck has to play. The first luck factor came when my mother said, कि no, you will study rather than, going to that area of interest of killing or mara mari or all those things. Second luck factor came, I met this uncle who was a naval officer. अगर वो मिला नहीं होता, उसके जगह कोई और मिला होता, तो पता भी नहीं चलता कि क्या चल रहा है लाइफ में। So that was the second luck factor. And over the years, somewhere that luck played. But luck तभी काम आता है when you also put in equally effort from other side, you know. So I believe, I am a believer of that. And yes, it is there.
Yes, sir. And sir, continuing with the discussion, sir, since you brought Navy up, sir, so most of us are interested in knowing your entire naval sir, career as well, sir. मतलब initial days में कैसा था experience है? Because from a student's perspective और जैसा कि आपने कहा सर, romanticism एक टाइप का तो रहता ही है सर हमेशा यूनिफॉर्म के प्रति. तो सर वो फीलिंग कैसे ये होती है सर, जो एक नेवल ऑफिसर एक जो वर्दी पहन के सर शिप पे जाते हैं जिसके ऊपर आईएनएस लिखा हो सर, तो उसका वो पूरा फीलिंग
ट्रस्ट मी
कैसा होता है सर?
ट्रस्ट मी, बहुत ब्यूटीफुल फीलिंग होता है कि अगर इट्स समथिंग something which has to be experienced, experienced. So वो बहुत प्यारा सा मोमेंट होता है. जैसे मैं बताऊंगा ना कि जैसे अभी पहला पार्ट जब हो गया, when I got selected for Navy, and then after engineering again I went and gave the exams and SSB, and then I cleared again, and then I went to जब मेरिट आई, ऑल इंडिया मेरिट आई क्लियर्ड मेडिकल्स ऑल्सो दिस टाइम. एंड व्हेन द ऑल इंडिया मेरिट केम, सो आई वाज द फोर्थ इन ऑल इंडिया मेरिट, सो तो चांसेस बहुत ज़्यादा थे मिलने का, बिकॉज 30 सीट होता है, तो आई वाज फोर्थ. दैट वाज द फर्स्ट. एंड देन वन डे आई वाज स्टैंडिंग एट द नेवल एकेडमी, गेट ऑफ नेवल एकेडमी. दैट वो जो मोमेंट होता है ना, बहुत गूज बम्स मोमेंट है. आज भी, आज अगर मैं याद करता हूँ तो आज भी वो गूजबम मोमेंट है. यू इमेजिन कि आपने सपना देखा और आप वो गेट पे खड़े हो ऐसे. बट लाइफ चेंजेस. उसके बाद जो मेंटल और फिजिकल टॉर्चर होता है, व्हेन आई से टॉर्चर, मतलब रियल रियल, आप एकेडमी में जाते हो, आप देखते हो फौजी मूवीज वगैरह, इट इज टफ. दैट 1 year वॉट एवर यू स्पेंड देयर, दे मेक अ मैन एंड वुमन आउट ऑफ यू. ऑफिसर्स, व्हेन आई से, इट इज irrespective of the sex, both male and female, दोनों ऑफिसर्स जाते हैं. सो वी ऑलवेज कॉल ऑफिसर्स, इवन देयर इज नो डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ वुमन एंड अ मैन देयर. ट्रेनिंग से सिमिलर होती है. सो इफ दे गिव मी 100 पुशअप्स, दे एक्सपेक्ट वुमन ऑल्सो टू डू दैट सेम. सो द जर्नी वॉज ब्यूटिफुल. बहुत रगड़ा खाए अंदर. इतना पनिशमेंट, मतलब हर चीज के लिए पनिशमेंट था, कि आपको मेंटली फिजिकली इतना स्ट्रांग बना दिया उन्होंने. वो जो भी ड्यूरेशन थे एकेडमी में, दे टीच यू डैम एवरीथिंग, राइट फ्रॉम योर एटिकेट से लेके एवरीथिंग दे टीच यू. सो दैट व्हेन यू कम आउट, आपका माइंडसेट ऐसे होना कि आइदर आई कैन किल फॉर माय नेशन एंड आई कैन डाई फॉर माय नेशन. दैट इज व्हाट वो जज्बा आप में लाता है. I would take an opportunity here to narrate you something, so that you can feel that goosebump. I always narrate this to in all my talks. So there is something called passing out parade, you know. So all of you should feel that. जब मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, so all those who are listening to me, if you are ever planning to join the armed forces, okay, जब आप पासिंग आउट परेड होता है, दैट हैपेंस इन द लास्ट फेज ऑफ योर ट्रेनिंग. एंड इट इज अ गूज बम मोमेंट. आप सब रोते हो वहां पर. एवरी वन क्राइज. नाउ इमेजिन द सिचुएशन, परेड ग्राउंड पे खड़े हो, आपके ऊपर से चॉपर जा रहा है, एंड वो चॉपर आपके ऊपर फूल बरसा रहे हैं. एंड इफ यू से अंबानी, अडानी और एनीबडी, द रिचेस्ट पीपल ऑफ इंडिया, वो अगर अपने पूरे वेल्थ को एक साथ करके भी बना ले, वो लोग सचिन तेंदुलकर को खरीद सकते हैं आईपीएल के लिए, रोहित शर्मा, विराट कोहली, किसको भी. बट वो पल नहीं खरीद सकता है पासिंग आउट परेड फॉर देयर किड्स. किसी ने बोल दिया मैं 10,000 करोड़ दूंगा मेरे बच्चे को वहां, आकाश अंबानी को पासिंग आउट परेड कराओ. इट डजेंट हैपन. इट हैज टू बी अर्नड. एंड दैट मोमेंट इज व्हाट इज अ गूज बम मोमेंट. जब आप पासिंग आउट अंतिम पग क्रॉस करते हो, आपकी आंखों से आंसू आती है, ऊपर से हेलीकॉप्टर से फूल बरसता होता है. एंड व्हेन यू गो दैट साइड, योर पेरेंट्स आर स्टैंडिंग. माँ और बाप, जो है पिता, माँ स्टैंड्स ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड एंड पिताजी स्टैंड्स ऑन द राइट साइड. एंड ब्यूगल बजती, वो लोग आपका एप्युलेट निकालते हैं, एक वाइट कपड़ा होता है, और निकाल के गोल्डन स्ट्राइप्स बाहर आता है. And then they present you to the nation. That ceremony is goosebumps, you know. And for that, you have to, you know, earn that thing. That is the beautiful moment. So work for that, for anything else, work for that. that was the goosebump moment for me. And of course, then the journey continued. Academy हुआ. I went for my further studies in Navy. Navy आपको बहुत पढ़ा था, Navy, Army, Air Force. So I did my specialization in weapon control. So मतलब the I am from the controls corps. So controls में PG कराए उन्होंने. So I saw a war. I was inductee of the Kargil war. हमारा इंडक्शन ही कारगिल वॉर से हुआ था. तो आई वॉज इन वॉर. एंड देन वॉर से आने के बाद we went to do our upgradation course. Then I did 2 ships, including INS Virat, 3 ships, Virat, Jyoti, and Kirpan, and 3 tenures of special forces के साथ था 2 साल. Not as a special force, but as a technical missile officer there. And yes, Naval Dockyard, Bombay. And I last 10 years I gave, 10 active years I gave to Navy, and I was decorated, like सारे मेरे यूनिफॉर्म अगर देखोगे, it's a very highly decorated uniform. No regrets. That's how my life has been in Navy. काफी काफी कुछ सीखने मिला, काफी कुछ सीखने मिला. So all of you can be rest assured, if you join the armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, in the technical cadre, you will upgrade and learn. You will upgrade and learn. Okay, वो छोड़ेंगे नहीं तुम्हें. There is no option for you that way, right?
सर जैसा कि आप जानते होंगे सर, मिलेनियल्स और जेनजी सर, आपको पता होगा सर. अभी तो आपको ऐसा लगता है कोई अभी फिलहाल कुछ पैटर्न में कुछ डिफरेंसेस आए हैं मिलेनियल्स और जेनजी के रहते हुए सर? कुछ ऐसा डिफरेंस टुवर्ड्स द डिफेंस फोर्सेस, या कोई ईगरनेस है हम लोग में अभी फिलहाल, जेनजी स्पेसिफिकली स्पीकिंग सर, या कुछ लैक कर रहे हैं हम
नहीं,
लोग?
trust me, Himanshu. Uh, every generation has their own pluses and minus, you know. And then the best part is the current generation, the Gen Z generation is more aware, more educated, more this thing. So एक वो notion होता है ना कि Gen Z को कुछ नहीं मालूम है, इनमें patriotism नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है. But trust me, इनमें बहुत ज़्यादा patriotism है. I get messages from so many youth across India. मैं इतने लोगों से connected हूँ. I'm so glad and happy that ठीक है, there are one section of people who would not be interested and who would अपनी कंट्री का खा के अपने यहीं पे नारा लगाएंगे कि भारत ऐसा है वैसा है. There are stupid section of people, but trust me, a majority of youngsters are aware of things. They are equally passionate, like us, like us. So ऐसे कुछ नहीं है कि Gen Z है तो they are more into fun and this thing. ऐसे नहीं है. They are all responsible, more mostly educated and aware. And I'm sure when time comes, any one of you will be ready to don that uniform. So every generation has pluses and minus, and I'm sure we should appreciate each generations, and वक्त के साथ चलता जाएगा. All of us become mature. अभी तो I try to be like a Gen Z because my daughter is a 16-year-old teenager. तो मैं उसके जैसे बनने देखता हूँ. मतलब यार मैं तेरे जैसे बनता हूँ types.
So since we are already talking about Gen Z, sir, the Gen Z generation has a few questions as well, sir. So I'll be asking you the questions categorically. So the first question which has popped up, sir, is, and I quote, is there any way how we can get some insights on how data is used in military to improve itself and tactics, sir? So basically, data science से related question है sir, technical है. as you know sir, हम लोग तो data science के students हैं sir, तो उससे related question है sir. So if you
नहीं,
would.
so yes, so military rely heavily on the data. जो भी technology है, like see, when you see the history of the military, when you see वो एक जंगेज खान के टाइम था, फिर अपना मराठा के टाइम था, चोला डायनास्टी, when long back, everything was muscular power, muscular power. तब एक इंटेलिजेंट होता था, एक वो चिड़िया आएगा, कौवा आएगा, दे यूज्ड टू गेट सम मैसेज एंड ऐसे 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 करके.
Yes, yes,
That was data for them. तभी वो डेटा था, रे ये ऐसे करके. So over the period of time, things have changed. Analog से digital. Now the place where we are in the when we are in 2022, it's going to be a game changer. Data scientist जो या जो data science के आप जो पढ़ रहे हो, this is a field which has come, but then ये पहले भी होता था, there has been interpretation of what we used to get through various means. Then वो जैसे हम soft computing बोलते हैं, fuzzy logic and all, वैसे करके then the interpretation. So the फौज में क्या होता है ना, फौज में first thing is कि to interpretation of that particular information, क्या मेरे पास आया, एक image है तो how you interpret that image. Based on that, you decide the tactics on whether this is a foe signal or whether this is a friend signal, and we do all that thing. So ये जब computation हो जाता है, ये जब अपने को पता चल जाता है, it becomes very very easy in identifying the mode of action I will take. So data plays a very very pivotal part, and we are heavily relying on technology. Abhi the future wars and all, if will be totally technology driven war. So if you see that every country, there is going to be a lean force going forward. If you see the army, navies and air force will drastically reduce on manpower. Why? Because the future wars will be fought on datas, you know. So all of you are in right domain, and this is going to be the future. This is going to be the future. The protection of our asset. This happens through data. When we are talking about missiles and control systems, the command and control. So yes, it's जब होता था पहले, it used to be in a different scenario, but as we progress and as we technically grow, this will play a major and pivotal part for us. So that's what is the importance of data. You would have seen in Ukraine and Russia war. ये
Yes,
war ही
yes.
data पे चल रहा है, whatever happens बाकी ठीक है, but आगे when there was a case wherein one of the US ship was sunk by Ukraine. That's a pure case of data acquisition and then how they targeted this particular ship. So yes, the future wars, ऐसे बोलते भी है ना कि the future war will happen in space. ये
Yes,
तो
sir.
सिर्फ ढकोसले और ढांचे रह जाएंगे नीचे. The future war is going to happen in space. Imagine the satellite controls जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना, हम उसके सैटेलाइट को कंट्रोल करेंगे. That is how the future wars are going to. Trust me, and it's very dangerous things which is going to happen. It is equivalent to nuclear war जो हम बोल रहे हैं ना, nuclear war से भी बेकार होगा. So yes, so coming back to that question, data science will play a very, very pivotal part. And I'm glad that I'm speaking to the future of, the warfare which is going to happen. All of you will be, some or the other way, you will play a pivotal part, if not in warfare, maybe the corporate, and this corporate will be ultimately linked to the armed forces. So you are in right place, right time.
So, फर्दर इसको क्वेश्चन को थोड़ा थोड़ा एक्सटेंड करते हैं सर. जैसा कि लोगों को पता होगा सर कि ज्यादातर डेटा या साइंस या जो भी आप टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट जो है ज्यादातर एस्पियोनाज में यूज होता है सर. जैसे कि फिल्मों में भी लोग देखते हैं, एक जनरल पर्सपेक्टिव है सर टुवर्ड्स इट सर. तो फिलहाल अभी हम लोग की डिफेंस फोर्सेस सर कितना रिलाई कर रही है एक्चुअली डेटा पे सर, या अभी भी ये एक नया ही एक डोमेन है एज सच, या इस पे अभी चल ही रहा है कुछ मतलब
No, if you see all the wars, we have moved from Kargil war, The Kargil war was the last war which we fought 1999, and it was not data heavy war. It was purely, वो जो war भी हुआ था, it was an intelligence failure, तभी अगर हमारा डेटा सिस्टम स्ट्रांग होता तो प्रोबेबली वो वॉर होता ही नहीं. प्रोबेबली वो वॉर होने के पहले हम जीत जाते. Probably someone would have given us a signal saying कि boss, there is an intrusion there. This would have come through some satellite imagery or something. That itself is a data. और वो हमारे पास नहीं था. So when we see 23 years later from Kargil war, today we are in much better position. And then we have dedicated wings in the IHQ, whatever we call the integrated headquarters, who's heavily dependent on the data which comes. Heavily dependent on the data which comes. So as far as the armed forces, Indian armed forces is concerned, uh, yes, we need to invest lot. We need to invest lot. And in the current system, there is no particular, एक डायरेक्टरेट होता है, डायरेक्टरेट होता है जहां पर एवरी आर्म फोर्सेस में देर इज डायरेक्टरेट फॉर एवरी डैम थिंग, बट देर इज नो डायरेक्टरेट फॉर डेटा साइंस एंड इंटेलिजेंस एज ऑफ नाउ. ये जो बना है, दे हैव बीन टेकन, दे टेक पीपल, एक्सपर्ट पीपल फ्रॉम वेरियस डोमेन्स, एंड उनको एक बनाकर they have created this space, right? So coming in the future, this is going to be the thing. This is going to be the thing. There would be independent directorate which will happen. So currently क्या हो रहा है ना? Currently they the department of जिसको जो internal development करता है या indigenous development करता है, there is a department for that, wherein we have the ordnance factories where we develop indigenous things. We have the HAL, we have GRSE, all those things. ये जो currently we have this all this thing, but independent directorate of a data processing or something will soon come up, soon come up. And as of now, there is a private tie-up. If you don't know, there is a private tie-up wherein the private companies are helping the armed forces to get into that. So going forward and very soon, because हम already कर रहे हैं ये सब, but dedicatedly, very soon we are going to do that. Very soon you will hear something, right? And data के बिना कुछ नहीं होगा यार, because imagine when we are going digital, जब भी हमारे ships वगैरह सब है, even the propulsion systems are going to be digital. And then imagine if you don't have correct information, and if your systems are hacked, जहाज कहाँ चलेंगे? Or your weapon systems will be muted. Everything will be controlled by somebody else. And that is what happening in, when we say about cyber warfare and everything. So yes, lot of things. So hopefully there would be a dedicated directorate for that, and this is soon going to come.
ओके सर. सर तो इसके सर इससे रिलेटेड तो मैं आपसे एक्सपीरियंसेस तो आपके पास तो काफ़ी सारे ही होंगे सर. अभी फिलहाल सर मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहूँगा सर कि अभी बहुत रिक्वेस्ट भी आ रहे हैं सर, कारगिल वॉर के वक्त में सर आपका कुछ एक्सपीरियंसेस है तो सर शेयर कीजिए प्लीज.
Yeah, sure, we'll speak on that. Also, मैं ये भी बताना चाहूंगा ना यहाँ पर कि since आप लोग data scientist, since you are in this core, currently Army, Navy, Air Force में there is no direct entry for data scientist. Okay, so there is no direct entry for data scientist. कि ऐसा कोई कैडर नहीं है कि data scientist को एडवर्टाइजमेंट आए और बोले कि वी रिक्वायर डेटा साइंटिस्ट फॉर दिस एंट्री. नहीं, as of now it is not there. How this happen as of now is, if I am from the electrical core, control course, जब हम सब लोग engineering करके when we join the forces, and based on our experience, हमारी CV, हमारा जो internal performance है वहाँ देखकर they handpick people, and then they mold you into that. आपको they give you the best of education, no doubt about it. So currently आप लोग का जो since you are specializing in that, and you expect कि नहीं मुझे direct मिल जाएगा, that doesn't happen. But there is a plan. Good news is that there is a plan to induct data scientists, those people from this background, and very soon it is going to happen. Maybe in another less than a year, this is going to be happen. अभी कैसे इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स जो इंजीनियरिंग कैडर से जाते हैं, हम ही को अंदर से ये करके दे सी योर व्हाटएवर जो बैकग्राउंड से आए हो, उसमें से वो लोग करके देन दे सेंड यू फॉर वेरियस कोर्सेज. सो प्योर डेटा साइंटिस्ट, you have a lot of scope. For me, future हो.
So even the
Right.
indirect sources are also available right now. So as you mentioned, the defense
Exactly.
sector and all which are helping the defense process.
True. So yeah, so coming to Kargil war, like as I sit and I narrate, first of all, I feel privileged that I was part of that war. Definitely, war is not good. War is, it's a destruction. We all are seeing what is happening in Russia and Ukraine. The civilians suffer, and of course the families of the Faujis and everybody suffer. War is a suffering. But armed forces as Faujis, हम बनी war के लिए. We are being trained for war that one day ये होने वाला है तो तुम तैयार रहो करके. So I was privileged to be part of the Kargil war. So Navy, lot of people are unaware कि Navy का रोल क्या था इसमें. मैं बहुत सारे जो अनइन्फॉर्म लोग होते हैं ना, सडनली पूछते हैं, अरे नेवी कारगिल वॉर में क्या कर रहा था, आपका जहाज लेके आप पहाड़ पे कैसे चढ़ गए थे, टाइप्स, so that is the level of ignorance people have, unfortunately, but yes, people are now aware. So Navy participated as Operation Talwar. जब कारगिल वॉर हुई थी 1999 में, it was Operation विजय and Navy participated as Operation Talwar. So हम लोग एकेडमी से पास आउट हुए थे after all our courses, and we were doing our सब कोर्सेस मतलब हर एक एस्टेब्लिशमेंट में आपका अटैचमेंट होता है 7-7 8-8 दिन के लिए. तो हमारा सारा सब कोर्सेस कैंसिल कर दिया, एंड देन वी वेर टोल्ड टू जॉइन द शिप बिकॉज वी वेर टू बी ट्रेन्ड इन शिप फर्दर. दैट वाज एडवांस्ड, और हम सबको भेज दिया शिप पे. नेवी टुक अ गुड डिसीजन ऑफ इंडक्टिंग यूथ टू सी दी वॉर कि क्या होता है करके. इट वाज नॉट लाइक वी आर टॉम क्रूज और रैम्बोज की ये जाने से वॉर जीत जाएंगे. नथिंग लाइक दैट. वी वेर राइट प्लेस राइट टाइम, and then we were sent for, so I joined a ship called P-44, that is INS Kirpan. And first day when I joined, I was not knowing where I am. So our captain, एक commander Ravi Malan हुआ करते थे. So there is a tradition. So you meet captain next day for breakfast after joining. So when I met him next day, that is the time he asked me, son, do you know where you are going? So, uh, and I was like, नहीं पता करके. And for me, the biggest happiness was to come back to Bombay. ये ship बॉम्बे में आई थी, तो मुझे जहाज बॉम्बे से पकड़ना था, और मेरा घर बॉम्बे में. तो I knew that I'll meet my parents and for some time. So I was given 1 day leave. He said कि meet your parents and come. तो मैंने भी सोचा कि यार इतना दरिया दिल कैसे हो गए लोग फौज में कि छुट्टी दे रहे हैं टाइप्स. And when I came back that evening after छुट्टी, that is the time it was told कि we are going for war, you know, and we'll be going to Okha, that is closer to Karachi. And yes, the first emotion, जैसे होता है ना, कोई सुनता है वॉर पिक्चर, वॉर बोला तो मारा मारी. The first emotion is fear. First emotion is fear. At the age of 22, at the age of 22, I was 22 then. यू आर बीइंग टोल्ड दैट आप वॉर में जा रहे हो, तो पहला वो डर लगता है यार कि यार अभी तो करियर शुरू हुआ था. यू हैव अ गर्लफ्रेंड, यू हैव अ पेरेंट्स टू कैटर. अभी आपका सैलरी भी नहीं आया ढंग से, एक दो माँ बाप को देना था, और अब तुम बोल रहे वॉर में जाओ करके. सो बट यस, आफ्टर सम टाइम द यूफोरिया टुक ओवर. यूफोरिया इज दैट इसी के लिए तो ज्वाइन किए थे फौज करके ना. मेनी मेनी ऑफ द people who join the armed forces doesn't get this opportunity, and here you are given an opportunity. और फिर 40 days we were closer to Okha, Karachi. And जैसे मेरे there is a famous reel of mine, somebody some interview में से किसी ने उठाया था. तो मैंने वही हमेशा ऐसे कहता है, हम तो कराची के एक इतने दूर थे कि एक फ्लाइंग किस मारता तो कराची उड़ जाता टाइप्स. वी वर सो क्लोज टू कराची. And but yes, by that time army did a fantastic job. All my course mates are from army जो war में थे. Batra sir 6 months senior, then Saurav was my batchmate, Anuj was my batchmate, and Manoj Pandey sir was 6 months senior. So all those things. So we fought the war. We were that batch who fought the war, and army won it for us, and navy and air force did their role. हमने पाकिस्तान की पूरी लॉजिस्टिक्स काट दी कि पूरे वॉर में सप्लाई चेन इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट, एंड वी कट द सप्लाई चेन ऑफ पाकिस्तान. दैट वाज वन ऑफ द प्राइमरी रीजन फॉर वॉर एंडिंग, बिकॉज उनकी कंट्री में 6 दिन का फ्यूल और ये सब बचा था. So yes, that was our part as navy, and I'm glad that I was that in that entire thing. I was one of those small character मैं था वहाँ पर. So being there, we are decorated with the Vijay Star and Vijay Medal, and it feels really proud to get decorated at the age of 22. I'm sure goosebumps always, and it remains. मरने तक
Yes,
रहेगा छाती
indeed.
पर,
Indeed.
मरने के बाद भी रहेगा हमेशा याददाश्त में. So that was
सब
my
लोग सब
experience
किया
in
है
Kargil.
कुछ में नहीं सर. सर आप थोड़ा वन टू वन इंटरेक्शन कर ले सर विथ योर परमिशन.
Yeah, please, please, please.
सर तो moderators, I would like to request you to kindly proceed with the one to one interaction.
Yes, I guess that if any one of you want to ask any questions, please
Raise
raise
their
your
hand
hand.
and then we can unmute them.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and I'll unmute them.
Yes. Okay, guys. If anyone want to ask
So,
question, please raise your hand.
G. Umapati, you have raised your hand. You can speak now.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Thanks to everyone.
Yes, yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Umapati ji. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thanks to you, sir. First, and a special thanks to all those who fostered this event. It is of very great informative session and with lots of emotions. Jai Hind, sir. First.
Yeah, thank you. Jain, Jain sir. Jain.
There are respects and salutations to you, sir. I have two questions.
Yes, sir.
Maybe it could be a personal or whatever. But please choose to answer. If it is not correct on my part to ask such a question, please ignore. Two questions.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Oh.
If it's in my capacity and my knowledge, technically, if I know, I will definitely. Otherwise, I would, just request you to excuse me on if technically if I'm not very sure what it is. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Yeah, sir, my first question is, I feelings for having had a small house in Bombay initially, which was of 100 square feet, as you were explaining. We had tears in our eyes. Lots of occasions brought tears in our eyes, in fact. Um, uh, we understand the difficulties you might have encountered in your childhood while doing your studies and everything in that small house. My comparison is I want others to feel this, as you rightly said about the passing out ceremony that everyone should feel it. I want everyone to feel this question. My question is, how was your cabin, sir? That should have also been small uh, in the ship, but it has got great feeling. So I'm trying to take you there. I'm sorry, with due regards and
No, no.
respects.
No, thank you so much, sir. You made me so nostalgic because, yes, as you rightly said, my when I was a junior officer, so there was no cabin. It was only one bunk, one bunk, and you appear to be a dashing naval officer. But असलियत ये थी कि जहाज के अंदर जाते you are limited to only one bed and one छोटा सा जगह. But since I was used to, since I came from that background, so it was not big, no hurdle for me. And subsequently, when I became senior, when I went again into second ship, yes, the cabin was good, uh, bigger cabin, but yes, that never bothered any one of us. Because see, warships, when you compare a merchant ship and a warship is meant to be, sophisticated with lot of space allocated towards the weaponry and the other aspect. So the accommodation and all are the last priority only to take care of your safety and comfort. That is only the commanding officer and the head of department. They used to have a slightly bigger cabin, and all of us used to have a decent one. But yes, it always reminded me, as you rightly said, sir, that it reminded me more of my home, the place where I used to study as a youngster. In one of those corners, on a stool and a chair, and so my house was 1+1. There was a ground floor and a one floor, and on top of that was the asbestos sheet. And asbestos sheet, बॉम्बे में बहुत गर्मी होती है. बहुत गर्मी होती है बारिश में, समटाइम्स पानी गिरता है ऊपर से. So I studied in that. I studied with all those sounds and noises and typical chawl में TV बजता है, कहीं ये होता है, कहीं होता है. So we are used to. So I am used to studying in disturbance. मुझे आज भी when I get silent, lot of people need silence and things to study. But I need sound. मैं टीवी चालू करके पढ़ाई करता हूँ because आदत सी बन गई है. So that's how. Thanks for taking me back to the ship's cabin.
My question was like, that was your achievement, sir. That the small cabin was your achievement, and it was decorated with many.
Very true, sir. Very true.
So how was that feeling? That might be small, but it is your achievement. That's what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, sir. So it was a great feeling, sir, when you look back, even when you look back, whatever achievement you make in your life, but I always reflect back and I ensure that nothing takes me away from my roots. So whenever I feel that I'm a bit arrogant or something has gone on my head, I reflect back saying that, okay, this is the place where I came from, and it's the only path which has changed, but the person remains same. So that achievement is always there, sir. Nothing, and I keep on telling every youngster or every person whom I meet that it's not about me. It can be a story of everybody, everybody. And it happens, sir. Destiny changes for us. Things will happen. And जैसे बोलते हैं ना, किसी चीज को शिद्दत से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात एक हो जाती है. That way.
Can I ask my second question, sir? Can I go
Yes,
ahead?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, please.
This is due regards and respects again. Compliments to yourself for having great patience among us. Like, how do you feel, sir? Like, in defense, everything is well set and disciplined and ordered manner. Having finished the service, being in civil now, how do you feel people around you? That is my question. Meanwhile, when even of person of such a caliber, no, we are all in civil now. We get enraged quite often, like road rage and all, the vehicles, everything. For small things, we get angry. Uh, when you, after being so much disciplined in defense and seeing such things in civil life, and still how are you able to maintain the patience? That is my question. That is remarkable because, as you rightly said, that you have been trained to, let me repeat that word, sir. You have been trained to kill the enemy and make extreme sacrifice. But from your heart, how that patience to handle everything around you, on parlance with civilians like us, where we always get raged for everything. So please, choose to answer, sir.
Yeah. So again, to answer your question, sir, like since yes, to majority of my year before joining the service, I was a hardcore civilian. More than that, also an engineering student. So where things. So yes, 10 years did make a huge difference when I was in training and things like that. But the good part about the armed forces, since I come from the short service cadre, sir. Let me make very clear to everyone. I come from the short service cadre, wherein 7 years, 10 years, 14 years. So I served for 10 years. I had an opportunity to go for permanent commission, but I opted out in spite of being one of the best in the business because my wife was working, her career was important, and I knew that if I continue, we will have to travel, transfer. So somewhere we have to balance that out. So when I came out, it was tough. Initial 2 years was really tough because we come from a very regimental structure, and then here the very interesting story was that when I joined corporate, वहाँ तो since I was a lieutenant commander, a senior lieutenant commander when I left Navy, and you have that respect, your juniors are there. No one, if there is a person who's senior to you by 4 5 days, you call him sir. And if there is a junior, he calls you sir, and that atmosphere. Here, when I went to corporate, the very second day, a youngster, probably a IITian rather, IIT Bombay guy, who's so I work with IITians in my office. There are a hell lot of youngsters who are from IIT, and this guy comes and like over the tea in the tea booth where we are standing, he said, "Hey, Vijay, come for a cigarette," karke. And this guy is hardly whatever 22. So that was a shocker for me. And how come, फौज होता तो अभी इसको चीर फाड़ देते types. How dare he call 22-year guy call you by your name? But sir, fact of life, it is a fact of life. It's all about how you adjust in your the environment and the surrounding you are. So you need to adjust. So it took time for me, but it didn't take much. Probably 1 year was the time I was in that frame. And today I am a hardcore, today I work with one of the bodies from the ministry. I head the compliance and risk as a vice president. So my team are pretty young guys. And I keep them young. I keep them young. Only good thing is ki now they call me sir. That's a different thing. But as you rightly said, sir, it took time. It took time, and every Fauji takes time to adapt to that. And if someone don't adapt to it, they will, बोलते हैं ना घुट घुट के मरेगा अंदर. And this happens with senior officers. Someone who's a retired brigadier or a major general who comes out and then suddenly he finds the world is different out here. He somehow find it very difficult to adjust. But majority of us, it took time, but I'm loving that phase, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Very sir.
Thank you, sir, for
Thank
your
you, sir.
question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Sir, we have
Thank you.
next Jhanvi. So,
Yeah, Janvi.
okay, Jhanvi, you can speak.
Hello, I'm Janvi. Sir, first of all, it's an honor and privilege to be able to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks, Janvi. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, currently I'm just 18 years old and I've enrolled in this program, and that's how I got to know about this webinar. My question to you was, in the beginning you mentioned about being an engineering student और बाकी सब आपके जो batchmates थे वो software की तरह ज़्यादा inclined थे, and they were
Very good.
inclined towards working and chasing that big website, big .com game. So my question to you is, like, I kind of resonated with your view, and even I want to I'm an engineering student right now, and even I plan on to go into defense technology or do something in data science related to defense later on. So how did you stick with your mindset कि नहीं यही करना है, या फिर यही जो कोर जो स्ट्रीम है वही परस्यू करना है, और जब बाकी सारे लोग आपको इतना प्रेशराइज करते कि नहीं इसमें इसमें matlab, the lifestyle is different in software companies, and the salary, the amount of salary you get in the beginning, and the sort of big popularity, also the kind of fame that you get if you do it big in the big software companies. So how did you stay focused कि नहीं यही करना है मुझे?
Again, to answer your question, Janvi, see, as I said in my career story, since I was a NDA medical out guy, so always a फौज का that remnants of separation जिसको बोलते हैं ना, the remnants of separation, तो that remnant was always there कि यार कहीं तो फौज है मेरे इसमें. So then I went to engineering और मैंने engineering की कहानी बताई कि पहला 2 साल कैसे बैंड बज गया and then you change to, you know. So somehow that remained key. When that option opened at third year, again that thing was there कि नहीं फौज में जाऊंगा और I will try till 25 years of my age, till the time I am able to attempt this finally. And then what happened was, when left right center the .com things were happening and people were moving left right center, uh, तभी कहीं ना कहीं वो भी आ गया था कि यार what happens if this plan doesn't work, should I go, should I not go? But luckily for me, again, someone like Himanshu asked that the luck factor, you say. So probably मेरे केस में कैसे वो first attempt में after engineering वो निकल गया, I went crack that exam again, and then I could be in the armed forces. Probably ऐसे होता अगर मैं नहीं select होता आगे जाके, I won't tell lie, I don't want to tell also. Then the hunt for job would have begun. Probably I would have also chased that thing only. So at that particular point of time, that was my dream, and trust me, luck favored, God favored, blessing favored, and I could crack that exam. That was important. I could crack. अगर नहीं होता तो शायद मैं भी वही होता, because that was a trend that was happening. सब जा रहे थे पैसा, probably. दिल से आंसर दिया हूँ, is no hanky panky here. यही होता शायद. But yes,
हाँ
Janvi,
सर.
stick to your dreams, and give your best. जो भी करोगे, अगर फौज ज्वाइन करना है, give your best and trust me, when you put it in effort और best देते हो तो हो जाता है, trust me, हो जाता है. And
Yes.
I'm interacting with a whole lot of student community over the last 1.5, 2 years. If I say the number, you will be surprised. 72 students from last 2020, जब से मैं लॉकडाउन से इंटरेक्ट कर रहा हूँ, 72 स्टूडेंट्स अक्रॉस द एज सेगमेंट, जिससे मैं इंटरनेट पे ही मिला था. कोई ऐसे कॉलेज के वेबिनार, इंस्टाग्राम पे कोई मैसेज कर दिया. सो वी हैव 72 स्टूडेंट्स हु हैव जॉइन द आर्म फोर्सेस. 72 स्टूडेंट्स. ऐसे जैसे अभी तुमने मुझे जैसे बोला ना कि सर मेरा चार्ज की जाना है, ऐसे समवन टोल्ड मी कि सर मुझे जाना है, तो देन वी वुड से कि अच्छा ऐसे ऐसे कर, हो सकता है दिस विल क्लिक फॉर यू, एंड आई वुड गाइड कि ये क्लासेस लेता है, इसके पास जा. एंड 1.5 years बैक, जो फर्स्ट नेवल ऑफिसर, द वुमन ऑफिसर हु टॉप द नेवल एकेडमी, आकांक्षा वर्मा, शी वॉज माई स्टूडेंट. ऐसी मिली थी इंटरनेट पे, इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट थी. ऐसी बातें होते होते वो मेरे पीछे पड़ गए कि सर मुझे जाना ही है करके, द वे यू आर. एंड देन वी आई यूज टू गाइड हर कि ऐसे कर. आई एम नॉट अ कोच और समथिंग, बिकॉज टाइम नहीं है मेरे पास उतना है, बट शी यूज टू डेडिकेटेडली ईट माई हेड. कॉल करेगी, मैसेज करेगी, बिकॉज समवन मैसेजेस यू एंड कॉल यू, बहुत बार तो इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते ना. एंड आई वॉज
हाँ.
सो प्राउड व्हेन शी टॉप द नेवल एकेडमी, first woman in the history of Navy to do that, and I was so proud that she was my student. आज भी टच में, she is a sub lieutenant now. भेजते रहती है, कुछ गिफ्ट आएगा, कुछ ना कुछ चलते रहता है, and you are so proud because you met her through this medium on a webinar, वैसे. So चाह रखो, पक्का हो जाएगा. You would be the next Akanksha, hopefully.
Now
Yeah,
let
sir,
us.
it's really great. I mean, I am a big fan of the Air Force, sir, and but I have a vision problem, so that's why, like, at an early age, I got spectacles, and now my number is really like it's a big number. The power of my spectacles. So that's why, but like at that point of time when I knew कि हाँ मतलब मुझे थर्ड स्टैंडर्ड में ही चश्मा लग गया था, और तभी मुझे पता चल गया था नहीं यार अब शायद ये नहीं हो पाएगा. मतलब बहुत लाइक बचपन से मुझे ये था कि नहीं एयरफोर्स में जाना है, मतलब पर मतलब वो स्पेक्टिकल्स की वजह से अब वो था कि हाँ शायद अब वो जहाज मतलब उड़ा नहीं पाएंगे या तो फिर मतलब फिर क्या हुआ, बनाने में तो हेल्प कर सकते हैं हम, तो
वही
इसलिए
तो. इसके बाद भी चांस गया नहीं है. आफ्टर 20 यू कैन डू योर लेजर
या
सर्जरी करके नॉर्मल कर लो. यू कैन अटेम्प्ट आफ्टर 20.
यस
Sir,
1
सर.
year.
I know that we are running out of the time, but can I take one more question, sir? One more guy has
Yes,
requested
yes,
to.
yes, please. Yes, yes.
Okay, Mohit.
Jai Hind, sir.
Jai Hind, Mohit. Yeah.
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to everyone. Sir, I have cleared my ND written twice, but I want to take guide from you for SSB, sir.
So Mohit, what I would request ना, तू मुझे Instagram पे connect कर ले. SSB is a big vast subject. यहाँ नहीं बोल सकते because यहाँ people, lot of people from different interest are there. तो मुझे ऐसे Instagram पे follow करो, message कर दो. I'll get back to you because SSB is a huge subject, huge subject. तो यहाँ नहीं होगा वो बताने के लिए, है ना?
Okay, sir.
तो connect to me, yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
So
आपकी Instagram ID.
my Insta ID someone
Sir,
can
I will write it in the chat box.
हाँ हाँ राइट लिख
Great.
दो. काफी लोग कनेक्टेड है, क्लोज टू 51,000 एवरी नंबर्स आर देयर. for the
Sir,
numbers, 51,000 followers है
as
तो I do try my best to reply to DMs and personal messages. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
sir, actually, as much as you are answering, we are getting more and more hand raised. So, can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
answer one?
Take couple of questions. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now, Adamya.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Damya. म्यूट है, म्यूट, आवाज नहीं सुनाई दे रही है।
Sorry, sir, I have unmuted myself. Sorry. So, sir, yeah, first of all, thank you very much, sir, for all your efforts that you put in Kargil war for us, and that's why we are in a good position right now. So, thank you very much, sir. And so my question is like this कि जब आपका फर्स्ट टाइम जो फेलियर आया था, आई मीन मैं ये नहीं कहूँगा फर्स्ट टाइम फेलियर आपका शायद इंजीनियरिंग में आया था, शायद वो फर्स्ट टाइम फेलियर आपका तब आया जब आपने एसएसबी में अपना इंटरव्यू क्लियर नहीं कर पाया, आई मीन वो मेडिकल क्लियर नहीं कर पाया था आई गेस। तो सर वो आपका जो विजन था, आपका जो इंस्पिरेशन था कि आप कैसे भी पहुंच जाओ नेवी तक, तो आपने कैसे उसको संभाला सर? हाउ डिड यू मैनेज दैट फेलियर कि आपको मेडिकल से निकाल दिया गया आफ्टर ऑल योर एफर्ट्स?
It is,
वुड लाइक टू नो
I
सर।
won't lie, it is tough. It is not easy. To face a rejection is not easy. That's a human nature, कोई भी, if you are in relation, breakup is a heartbreaking thing. So, similarly, rejections are very difficult to handle. But, जब goal होता है, as I said, probably my background was what which motivated me. When I say my background motivated me, तो मेरा selfish motto था, मेरा selfish motto ये था कि मुझे वो background से निकलना था, I had to I had to be in the next strata of society. So probably that was also एक जुनून थी कि ना ये इसको बांधे रखे करके ना कि boss, you have to move from here. So uh, that is what kept me motivated. एंड वो ग्राफ नीचे गया, जैसे इंजीनियरिंग के फर्स्ट 2 साल में फेल हुए, काफी कुछ किए, सिर्फ फेल होना नहीं, लाइक व्हाट मेजोरिटी ऑफ हॉस्टलाइट्स डू, आई ऑल्सो डिड, सिगरेट फूके, दारू पिए, सब कुछ किए वो टाइम पे। बट देन अगेन यू गॉट योर फोकस बैक, जब थर्ड ईयर में फिर से वो जुनून और ड्रीम आया। So probably, the answer for this question again is that मुझे मेरे जो बैकग्राउंड से निकलना था, एक सोसाइटी, एक स्ट्रेटा पे आना था, तो वो मेरा, दैट वाज माय मेन मोटिवेशन, वैसे।
Adamya, you are again muted.
अरे म्यूट है।
अभी अभी ये
या सर, सो लाइक आपने फिर वो इंजीनियरिंग से कैसे अपने आप को आगे लेके गए कि आपको क्या फिर प्लान लगा आपके आगे आप क्या कर सकते हो? जैसे आपका मन था नहीं इंजीनियरिंग करने का, बट इवेंचुअली आपने कैसे उसे परस्यू किया, फिर आपका मन भी नहीं लग रहा था कि ओके कुछ तो करना ही पड़ेगा, तो फिर कैसे आपने वो सोचा कि चलो ठीक है कर
नहीं,
लेते हैं जिस तरह
अभी
से?
कैसे होता है ना,
लाइक
हमारे जमाने में, जब व्हेन आई टॉक ऑफ आवर जनरेशन, सिंस आई, जैसे मैंने कहा कि मेरा एजुकेशन ट्रस्ट से हुआ था, ट्रस्ट वाज स्पॉन्सरिंग माय एजुकेशन, तो उन पे भी मेरा उनके प्रति एक ये था कि ना इन्होंने एक स्टूडेंट को स्पॉन्सर किया, एंड इफ आई डोंट परफॉर्म या मैं नहीं कर पाऊँ, तो इट वुड बी अ वेरी बिग शॉकर फॉर एवरीबडी। और हमारे ज़माने में, आज के आप लोग के ज़माने में कैसे, यू हैव अ चॉइस, कभी कभी आप सोच सकते हो कि ये कोर्स मेरे से नहीं हो रहा, मैं छोड़ सकता हूँ। हमारे यहाँ चॉइस नहीं थी बिल्कुल, मतलब आप गए ये कोर्स में तो आप झक मार के करके आओगे, बिकॉज नहीं तो पेरेंट्स, मतलब वो बड़ा हंगामा हो जाता है घर पे टाइप्स कि क्या कर दिया लड़के ने। तो वो जमाना अलग था, ये जमाना अलग है। सो दैट दैट
सेम सिचुएशन
दैट
सर।
प्रोबेबली kept me hooked on again. So that's how.
uh,
थैंक यू सर,
thank
थैंक यू
you
फॉर योर आंसर सर, थैंक यू
thank you
वेरी मच सर।
Adamya. Sir,
जय हिंद सर।
again we have others, sir. Can I
Yeah,
unmute?
please take maybe a couple of more.
Sir, we are just getting the people are commenting that love from Kalika to you on the YouTube. Actually, it is
Yeah, thank you.
live stream.
थैंक यू सो मच टू एवरीवन। मेरे डिटेल में अगर जानना है तो मेरे यूट्यूब के बहुत सारे वीडियोस है। आई हैड गिवन एन इंटरव्यू टू रणवीर अलाहाबादिया, सो यू कैन चेक दैट इंटरव्यू। आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट इंटरव्यू हैज ऑलरेडी गेन्ड सम 5 लाख व्यूज एंड ऑल। मुझे बहुत सारे मैसेज आते रहते सबका कि ना दैट इंटरव्यू वाज प्रोबेबली वन ऑफ द गेम चेंजर्स फॉर मेनी। because I am what I am, you know. मैं गाली देता हूँ, बहुत देता हूँ, अभी तो बहुत decent है because you guys are from IIT, तो मैं ऐसे कुछ बोलता नहीं हूँ. Otherwise my style of talking is totally fauji, तो मुझे कभी कभी कंट्रोल करना पड़ता है. तो रणवीर के साथ तो it is a very open discussion, so you will see my other nature there. And yes, so thanks to you know, all those people who are watching on YouTube, जो इसमें नहीं है, thank you so much. Thanks for lots of love. And love is what keeps you, you know, motivated to do more and more for youngsters like you. And that is what is one of those. मेरे 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 जीने का मकसद भी वही है, because you know, I'm a very busy, you know, when I start my Mondays, I'm a very busy guy with whole lot of profiles I carry. And that's why probably all of you who would have been dealing with me, you would have known कि कभी कभी मैं reply नहीं दे पाता. But I used to ensure, I remember giving you time at 10 o'clock in the night for meetings, 10 and 11 and all those things.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Yes.
so that's all.
Next,
That's all.
so next is others.
Yes, so others, you
Yes,
can
yes.
unmute yourself.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Hi. Good evening, Adarsh.
Sir, being from Fauji Brad, sir, I can totally relate to you, sir. जो भी आप कह रहे हैं, sir, अभी दिल से feel हो रहा है, sir. The
Very
regimental
nice.
things, organization things, sir. अभी लग रहा है कि बड़ा भाई मिल गया, sir. To be very honest, sir, as a student आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, कोई भूल चूक माफ कीजिएगा, sir. अभी ऐसा लग रहा है
नहीं
कि
नहीं
बड़ा
नहीं,
भाई,
I always, जब आप
बड़ा
लोग
भाई.
बड़े भाई बोलते हो तो I feel young, you know, 46 का नहीं लगता हूँ, फिर मैं 26 में आ जाता
सर
हूँ.
मैं
मुझे
कहने
लगता है
वाला था, सर, अभी बिल्कुल अभी लगते नहीं कि आप retired, still you are seems like a serving one. मैं बस सर
because
आपको
हाँ,
सर एक जैन कहने वाला सर, बस क्योंकि
yes.
आप टोटली मैं आपको काफी हद तक रिलेट कर पा रहा हूँ सर.
Thank you so much,
अभी
Adarsh.
जी सर, अभी वो सारी चीजें मेरे सामने आ रही सर, जो आप बचपन से उसी माहौल में पड़े बड़े हैं सर, तो एक अपनापन लगता है जब भी कोई फौजी मिलता है सर.
Thank you so much, yeah. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Yes, to all, you know, like to all, I would also request all of you, since you all are young, you know, make physical fitness as part of your life, you know, part of your life, whether you like it or not. That 20 minutes every day has to be your time. 20 minutes every day has to be your time. You have to be selfish for that 20 minutes, you know. बोलते हैं ना कि सबसे डिफिकल्ट काम क्या होता है? द फर्स्ट डिफिकल्ट स्टेप इन एनी सेल्फ डेवलपमेंट program is that first difficult step from your bed to the floor. The first difficult step is your bed to the floor. जिस दिन आपने उसको पार कर गए, you will be wonders, you know. And then age is just a number, you know, age is just a number. Because I am 46 and I started my distance running and everything. फौज में तो जबरदस्ती कराते थे, and since I was attached to special forces also, so वो distance running, marathon running, you know, I have ran 87 kilometers in 2019, represented India in one of the ultra runnings. Next year also I'm going to run that distance again, 89 kilometers. So age is number. You have to find time out. 6 घंटा is good enough for sleep. 1 घंटा भी एक्स्ट्रा उससे सोए तो यू आर वेस्टिंग योर टाइम. 6 hours is good. 18 घंटा मिलते हैं उसके बाद, एंड वो 18 घंटे को यूज करो अच्छे से, यू नो. क्योंकि अगर आप ये एज में फिटनेस को लाओगे नहीं आपके देश में, एक सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू वोंट गेट टाइम. इसके बाद तुम्हें बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं मिलेगा स्टूडेंट लाइफ के बाद. अभी टाइम नहीं मिलता है, आई एम श्योर कि रात रात भर जाके असाइनमेंट एंड ऑल. बट वंस यू कम इनटू कॉर्पोरेट डोमेन, फिर तो ट्रैवलिंग, फिर ये, फिर तुम अपने आप से झूठ बोलोगे कि मुझे टाइम नहीं मिलता है, और वो झूठ से तुम बच नहीं पाओगे कभी, है ना. So focus on fitness. It is very, very important aspect of your self well-being. So I thought I'll just take this opportunity to tell that.
Actually, sir, we have a lot of questions, and literally, if we'll go through one by one, it's more than 100
I
which we
know,
got
I know.
responses. Yeah, sir. So, can we ask a few more, or we should?
Yeah, few more you can ask. Only few more. नहीं फिर मेरी बीवी घर से निकाल देगी मुझे.
Sir, there is a question from Bimal, sorry, Biman, and he want to ask, sir, how can technology be helpful for the soldiers for survival and advancement during the operations?
See, definitely. See, now as we discussed already, कि everything is going to be a technology based war future में. So definitely we are investing heavy in technology. So whether it's AI or whether you name the neural network or anything. So we are investing very, very heavily into technology. And if you see the missile programs for our Navy and for the Army and the Air Force, we have so many things lined in our pipeline. Indigenization ka jo hai, you would have seen INS Vikrant being built in India, though it took pretty long, but things are changing, things will change. So technology, you have to marry yourself with technology if you have to be a powerful armed forces. And मैं ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ, unfortunately, if you compare us with China and Pakistan, they were much ahead. You know, a country like Pakistan was much ahead in terms of development. The amount of their budget or things they had dedicated towards the modernization of their armed forces. हम लोग वो red tapeism में रह गए, bureaucracy में रह गए. But yes, things are changing now. Things are changing now. If you compare, someone asked me कि how can you compare China, India, and Pakistan? So if you compare to China, we are pretty. I won't shy to say that we are back. We are drastically behind. जहाँ एक एयरक्राफ्ट बनाने में हम 17 साल लगे एयरक्राफ्ट करियर, दे चर्न आउट देयर एयरक्राफ्ट करियर इन 2-3 years. That is the level of ये. पाकिस्तान से yes, when the submarine programs happened after partition, Pakistan was much ahead than India when they procured the submarines from, when they had their own submarines. So they were much better in terms of capability then. And then of course the आर्थिक स्थिति जो है उनकी और जो internal जो भी हुआ, now of course when you compare to Pakistan we are much ahead. But yes, when you compare to China, we are yet to reach there. And China has established themselves as a superpower. So that is why US and others are fearing. इंडिया में पाकिस्तान को ना उन्होंने वो बना के रखा है स्टूजेस. पाकिस्तान अगर हमसे कितना भी अच्छा बनने चाहे, वो वेस्ट वाले होने नहीं देंगे. Because they know that India is a developing country and India will take over everything. But वो होने नहीं देंगे. Either through Pakistan, either through China. This disturbance will keep on happening. This disturbance will keep on happening. And if you want to hear some good geopolitical podcast, subscribe to Abhijit Chawda YouTube पे. Abhijit Chawda is amazing. मैं उसके पूरे पॉडकास्ट सुनते रहता हूँ to get lot of ज्ञान on that geopolitical scenario. So this is what is the truth and reality. और जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना हिंदी, so same happens with Pakistan, Afghanistan and Baloch. वहां भी वो चलता ही रहेगा. And this is a created thing. This is a created thing and this will never end. Trust me. So हम सब हेलो में जी रहे हैं, हम सब हेलो में जी रहे हैं. And वही हेलो में जीने का मजा है. So yes, sorry.
Thank you, sir. Can I ask one more or I should wrap up?
Yes. One more question I'll take
We should.
before I leave.
Okay, sir. One guy is asking that in the recent days, the Chinese Navy have they have increased their presence in the Indian Ocean and other seas. So, what's your view on that? How should we upgrade ourselves?
See again, I'm always जब my view doesn't matter. I'm very strong on that because there are people who's much intelligent people who are there, and definitely my postmates are at senior position now. They are at the brigadier rank now. So a lot of things are being done. Yes, you can't shy away from saying that Chinese Army, Navy or Air Force is not having a watch on you. Day in and day out they are having. Day in and day out they're having. And of course, we are also having our strategic plan on how to cope up with that, how to ensure that our detection or our things are in line with that. और जैसे मैंने कहा था ना, रणवीर के शो में भी कहा था, इट्स लाइक अ कैट एंड माउस गेम. कैट एंड माउस, टॉम एंड जेरी वाला गेम है कि अब तो ठीक है, पाकिस्तान आउट ऑफ द रेस हो गया. फॉर अस इट्स मोर अबाउट चाइना नाउ एंड देन वो होते रहेगा. Fortunately, unfortunately, they are much ahead than us. You should not shy to say that because ये फैक्ट है यार, ये फैक्ट है. And again, it comes from the way the country is run. If you see the China, वहाँ पर the way that country is run, and if you see India, the way our country is run, but we are happy. We are happy in the sense कि हमारी आज़ादी नहीं मारी जा रही है. China में you can't speak against anybody. So that is why the decision making and everything happens fast. हमारे यहाँ decision making has a process because we are a democracy. There is bureaucracy, there is government change. By the time विक्रांत जब बनने वाला था और आज में 4-5 बार तो चेंज हो गए गवर्नमेंट, द पॉलिसीज चेंज. एंड व्हेन द रेड टेपिज्म हैपन, जब फाइलें चले जाती है, सैंक्शंस ये हो जाता है, everything is gone because I have gone through that process.
Sir,
I was part of that Vikrant team some point of time in
yeah,
life.
yeah, sir. That is what I'm going to ask you next because I think I should ask this. Sir, like how is INS Vikrant or Vikramaditya? How does it looks like from the inside and
So I served on Virat, INS Virat. So Virat, Vikrant and Vikramaditya is a city in itself. आप इमेजिन नहीं कर सकते हो, आप एक सिटी में हो, बैंक्स है, एटीएम्स है, फुटबॉल ग्राउंड टाइप्स हॉल्स है, वहां पर बास्केटबॉल कोर्ट्स है, स्क्वाश कोर्ट्स, बैडमिंटन कोर्ट, यू नेम इट, प्रोपल्शन सिस्टम, इतने इंजन रूम है. व्हेन आई वाज पोस्टेड देयर, पहला 2 महीना तो समझने में लगा था. लोग इतने ऑफिसर्स और इतने सेलर्स एक दूसरे को जानते नहीं है 3-3 महीने तक. एंड देन सडनली यू मीट आउटसाइड एंड यू सेम शिप टाइप्स, वेयर एज छोटा शिप जब मैं किरपान में था तो ईच वन ऑफ अस न्यू ईच वन ऑफ अस. So it's an asset to any country, and that's why we joined the ranks of that 6 countries who had their indigenous aircraft carrier now being made in India. And for the for the navy of any country, it is a must to have an aircraft carrier because at war and all, uh, when your fighter planes fly, you need a platform to do that. And that is what is the significance of Vikrant, Virat, or Vikramaditya for that matter. Only good part is that Virat or Vikrant, earlier Vikrant, all were Russian. Russian, Gorbachev, Gorshkov था, all those things. एक यूके का था एक, और एक रशियन था, और एक even Vikramaditya we have bought it from outside. So Vikrant coming is a big thing for us, all of us, and this paves a future for aircraft carriers, ADCs जो बोलते हैं उसके लिए. So ये था. ठीक है. So I think we will stop now.
yeah,
Yes, sir,
yes, sir.
sure. We can stop
Yes, sir.
taking questions. So I hope, sir, this session was enjoyable for you, sir. And to conclude this session, I would request Sachi to take over and do the needful. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You can send me the photos and all screenshot जो भी है ना मेरे रिकॉर्ड के लिए.
Yes, sir. Sure,
So,
sure, sure.
Sure, sir.
मैं भी बोल सकता हूँ IIT वालों को ज्ञान दिया लाइफ में कभी तो, है ना.
Sure.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
And thank you again, sir, for taking your time out and हम लोग को
Yes.
इतना इंसाइट देने के लिए कि कैसे क्या ऑपरेट होता है रियल वर्ल्ड में या फिर कैसे क्या होने वाला है. थैंक यू सर.
Yeah, thanks, Vivek, and thanks to all of you. You have been a wonderful team, and the strength of any team. Remember, the strength of any team lies on how do they plan. आपकी जो planning activities थी, I must appreciate. You have been following up with me, and how this happened. This show talk happened. Lot of insights, and you have been preparing for it. You prepared. We had meetings, couple of meetings earlier at 10 o'clock in the night and all. So that shows the commitment. And I would request each one of you, those who are student, that you should be part of such committees, and you should be part of such organization. You should be an organizer, because this is what we look in now when I sit at corporate as a corporate head. So when I interview, I don't see your technical knowledge. For me, your technical knowledge is zilch. वो तुम कर लोगे. I see the attitude. I see what you done, what extracurricular have you done, and what are the thing you will give me when you come to my organization at a role. मुझे टेक्निकल नॉलेज से आपका कुछ नहीं लेना देना. व्हेन आई इंटरव्यू, व्हेन माय पैनल्स इंटरव्यू, जब मेरे एचआर वालों को जब मैं इंटरव्यू करने बोलता हूँ, तो दिस इज व्हाट आई से. Technical knowledge, I need only 20%. If he knows, we will develop him. Attitude को देखो. What have he done extracurricular? Was he a part of committee? Was he a part of any organizing team? What is his organizational capabilities? In case company डूब जाती है या कुछ हो जाता है, इसका technical knowledge लेके मैं क्या करूँगा? I want him to organize various other things. Does he has that capacity? Does he have that capability? That is how a corporate picks you up these days. नहीं तो क्या you will be a desk engineer पूरे life long वही करते रहोगे. You know, why an MBA? Why an MBA? Like since I did my MBA, so I felt it was necessary because when I did the Forge, at the young age, when you are exposed to so many things, handling so many things, MBA is a formal thing. जब MBA जाने के बाद पता चला यार ये तो हम रोज करते थे, and somebody named it as MBA का कोर्स, पूरा टोपी टापी लगा के तुमने 6 सब्जेक्ट बना दिए, 6 4 सेमेस्टर, एंड देन यू से कि बॉस दिस इज MBA कर, अरे ये तो हम करते थे वहां पर. एंड दैट इज द डिफरेंस व्हेन यू डू MBA आफ्टर वर्किंग फॉर सम टाइम, देन यू अप्रिशिएट दैट. नहीं तो तुम IIT से या इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज से डायरेक्ट कैट क्लियर करके यू विल गो टू IIM IMB, एंड तुम्हें कुछ पता भी नहीं होगा कि कॉर्पोरेट में कैसे चलता है, एंड यू विल बी taking that gyan through case studies and other things. For us, it became so easy. When I did from my defense MBA and when I did my general MBA, it was so easy for us कि अच्छा okay, अच्छा okay, ये balance sheet, अच्छा ये case study, okay ऐसे ऐसे होता है, अच्छा ये, अरे ये तो हम करते थे करके, So life में opportunity मिले, so graduation के बाद work for some time, work for couple of years, and then go clear your CAT, and then do that, then you will appreciate. Okay. So ये होता है. So this is what the corporate looks up. When I say corporate, so as I told you, I'll be taking over as CEO करके of my company very soon.
Congratulations, sir.
So this is what
Yes,
we look up.
congratulations to you, sir.
Congratulations, sir, for that. Once
Yeah,
again.
thank you so much for that. So this is what we look up,
Thank you, sir.
Remember this as a student. बाकी मेरा ज्ञान and all is fine. Kargil story ये सब होता है. What are you gaining from my talk? This is what you are gaining by my talk. And this is what I want you to incorporate in your personal life, your daily thing. ये नहीं कि मेरे को marks, I am not interested. When you come with your mark sheet, corporate is not interested in your marks. तुम फर्स्ट क्लास आ गए है, फर्स्ट क्लास इज अ बैरियर पीपल हैव क्रिएटेड कि ठीक है यार फर्स्ट क्लास चाहिए करके. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई सी द फर्स्ट क्लास. सो इंटरव्यूज में व्हेन आई टॉक, यू नीड टू शो मी सेंसेस. तुमने क्या पढ़ा? आई नो इतने मेरे यहाँ इंजीनियरिंग के इंटरव्यूज चलते हैं, वो क्या पढ़ा उसको नहीं मालूम होता है 4 साल में, बट ही इज फर्स्ट क्लास 70 80 सब होता है उसको. व्हेन यू आस्क व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एन एनालॉग एंड अ डिजिटल, वो बता नहीं पाता है. DC करंट AC करंट कैसा होता है उसको नहीं पता, बट ही 75 80%. रट्टा मार मार के क्या फायदा? जैसे आमिर खान ने बोला है ना 3 इडियट्स में, दिल से बनो. दैट इज व्हाट वी रिक्वायर एज अ कॉर्पोरेट, वैसे. And you are in a right time, right frame, you are in a right subject. Data science is going to be the future. Other day I was telling all of you कि यार मुझे भी कोर्स करना पड़ेगा ये डेटा साइंस का. And thanks that Vivek sent me
हाँ सर,
also a
हाँ.
link. तो probably I'll do from your institute only कि चलो एक कोर्स कर लेते करके वैसा. And upgrade, life में upgrade करो. I have done courses, multiple courses through NITI, through so many NITI, and it doesn't end, it doesn't end. Learning never ends, and learning should never end. So that is how the mantra of life should be. And be happy and बचपना रखो हमेशा. Whoever you become, CEO बनो तुम, फौज के ब्रिगेडियर बनो, जनरल बनो, keep that child in you awake always. And that child will not let your ego come to you. It will suppress your ego and make you a child again, and that will keep your life moving on and moving on, वैसे.
Right.
Because मेरे साथ वही होता है, when Instagram and all, youngsters as young as 18 and 19 and 20 24, they discuss relationship with me. बोले कि सर ऐसे मेरे गर्लफ्रेंड ने ऐसे बोला. मैं बोला बॉस मैं नेवल ऑफिसर 46 ईयर एक कभी CEO बनने वाला हूँ. and you are asking कि मेरी girlfriend ने ऐसे बोला boyfriend. So that is why they are taking that comfort in speaking to you, because उनको मालूम है कि ये बंदा बच्चा है अभी भी, कहीं सा कहीं ना इसमें बचपन है करके. That is what is the beauty of life.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this was the crux of last which I wanted to tell you. बाकी ज्ञान एंड ऑल, डेटा साइंस एंड ऑल, वो तो यूट्यूब पे भी मिल जाएगा तुमको, है ना?
हाँ सर।
Yes, sir. Himanshu?
Sachi, please proceed.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. The session was really very wonderful, and thank you for your valuable time. Hope you and all the participants enjoyed the meeting. So we would like to end up here only. Guys,
Yes.
leave now. Thank you, sir, once again.
Thank you, sir.
Sachi, and thanks to all of you. Thanks to all of you. God
Sir.
bless you.
My
है ना?
pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Keep in touch. I'm there on Instagram, YouTube पे.
For-
Yeah, before we
For sure,
leave,
sir, for sure.
I have a channel on YouTube called Lieutenant Commander Vijayan, and that's a wonderful channel because I only bring Fauji talks there, Fauji talks. So there would have
Yes, sir.
been
I've
hundreds
seen
of
it.
interview of Faujis, how they see life, and some special forces के guy Vivek is there, Major Vivek Jacob, Captain Albert Lewis. Listen to their interview. Major General Bakshi was there. इनके इंटरव्यू सुनो, whenever you have time, 1 hour कान में लगा के सुनो, you will be in a different world when you hear them, you know. फिर तुम्हें ऐसे लगे अरे मेरे को क्या सुना था करके, you know, विवेक, सुशांत, many of them are my juniors, some are seniors, so it's fun. So please subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, and many more things are going to come on that channel. So YouTube channel का नाम is Lieutenant Commander Vijay Nair. If someone can write that, Lieutenant
Yes,
Commander
yes.
Vijay
Yes,
Nair.
sir.
I'm on it.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank you, boss.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you,
you so
sir.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
sir.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you,
Bye,
sir.
sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Good night. Tabak hai.
Bye,
Good night,
sir.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.